Yesterday, a DC jury said a sandwich is not an assault. After 3 days of testimony and dozens of exhibits, jurors acquitted Sean Charles Dunn, the former Justice Department staffer whose hoagie toss at a U.S. Customs and Border Protection agent went viral of misdemeanor assault. They agreed with the defense that the throw during August's federal surge in D.C. didn't amount to an actual crime. This case has always lived in an odd space: speech, protests, and a rap sub flying across U Street. Prosecutors, though, argued that Dunn crossed the line from words to force. The agent testified the sandwich hit his chest and even left onions in his radio antenna, but the defense framed it as a symbolic act in a charged moment. The jury's answer: not guilty. But remember how we got here. Back in late August, a grand jury in the district refused to indict Dunn on a felony, an early signal that jurors didn't see this as a major crime. Prosecutors, though, returned with a misdemeanor charge, and that's the case a trial jury just rejected. And then there was the arrest. Staged with blockbuster flair, after the video spread, federal authorities carried out a dramatic second takedown. An armed team swarmed Dunn's building to rearrest him. Roughly 20 officers in tactical gear, according to contemporaneous accounts with the defense. The operation came with glossy footage and bright lights, turning a sandwich case into a set piece. Whatever you thought of the underlying conduct, the optics of that raid became the story, a maximal show of force for a misdemeanor level incident. So in court, the government's position was straightforward. Law enforcement should never be subjected to assault, no matter how minor the object. But the defense countered that a sub isn't a serious weapon, especially against an armored officer, and urged jurors not to criminalize protests over expressive conduct. Jurors sided with the defense. The verdict lands with wider implications. This was one of the most visible cases from the federal intervention in DC when CBP, U.S. Marshals, and National Guard troops augmented local policing. If the government couldn't win a misdemeanor here, after a headline-grabbing raid and wall-to-wall coverage, it raises fresh questions about prosecutorial discretion and where expression ends and criminal conduct begins. But at the end of the day gotta end, and Sean Dunn gets to walk off into the sunset. No conviction. And the image that lingers isn't a bruised officer, it's a tableau. Armored agents at a DC doorway, lights washing the brick, all to bring in the sandwich guy for a charge a jury ultimately rejected. Sometimes the spectacle overwhelms the substance, and yesterday, the substance didn't hold.